Junior Caminero is back. Let's discuss on Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. Welcome into FBT in 5 on Tuesday, August 13th. I am Frank Stampfl, joined by Scott White, and the Rays are promoting their top prospect, Junior Caminero, who is one of the top prospects in all of baseball. 21 years old, having a strong season in the minors, 274 batting average with 16 homers and 858 OPS. He's done all of that in 59 games. Missed some time with a quad injury earlier this season. 63% rostered. Scott, do you think Caminero is a must-add player, and will he play every day with the Rays?
I do think he's a must-add player. I think he's the best prospect remaining in the minors. You could make a case that he's the top prospect, period. Of course, we've seen him in the majors before. He got 10 games with the big club at the end of last season, and so the hype is never quite the same for a return trip. But you remember how that played out for Jackson Holliday this year. A lot of hype when he was initially called up in April. It went horribly. Came back to less fanfare, and he looks like a must-start player in fantasy now. So I think it could go the same way for Caminero, who hits the ball as hard as any minor leaguer, particularly hard for somebody who's only 21 years old without significant strikeout issues. You mentioned the numbers, solid numbers this year. Big step back from last year, actually, which tells you how good he could be. And he's been hot here in August. A 350 batting average and 3 home runs in 9 games. So I guess the Rays just decided they'd waited long enough. Interestingly, they're probably going to use up his rookie eligibility by calling him up now. There was some speculation that they would wait until the end of August so that he would preserve it for next year and keep them in the running for draft pick rewards potentially. But if he's up for the rest of the season, it doesn't even matter if they restrict his at-bats or not. He's going to use up his rookie eligibility just in terms of time on the active roster. So I think he will play as every day as any Rays player ever plays. Obviously, they cleared a path at third base by moving Isaac Paredes at the trade deadline, and I suspect, Junior Caminero's time is now.
All right, let's talk about some other prospect promotions. This one, actually, someone being recalled. The Cardinals brought back Jordan Walker from AAA. His overall numbers down there, pretty pedestrian, but last 16 games, he was heating up. 343 batting average with 5 home runs, a 1087 OPS. Sounds like he's only going to play against left-handed pitching for now, but that has the opportunity to grow. 31% rostered. Scott, are you looking to re-add Jordan Walker anywhere?
Maybe in deeper 5 outfielder leagues in the hope that he does pick up more playing time, because they're not suggesting he'll play much right now. I don't know that he needs to be picked up everywhere, but he still has a lot of upside. He's 22 years old. Let's not forget. We shouldn't penalize Jordan Walker because he was good enough to make it to the majors at age 20. He's still at an age where a lot of top prospects are just now making their major league debut. And as hot as he was in the minors, he was hitting some absolute tanks. 446, 434 feet in recent days for Jordan Walker. I wish I could isolate that hot stretch to see if he's been elevating the ball more. I suspect he has, just from the number of home runs he's hit, because that's always been a problem for Jordan Walker, putting the ball on the ground. And if he has figured out how not to do that, that could be the key to unlocking his potential.
The Twins recently lost Joe Ryan to injury, and as a result, they are promoting one of their top pitching prospects, Zebby Matthews, later this week. He's 24 years old, having a breakout season in the minors, 2.60 ERA, .87 whip, 114 strikeouts to just 7 walks over 97 innings. He's 18% rostered. Scott, are you looking to add Zebby Matthews anywhere in fantasy?
If you have a roster spot to play with, I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't know that you're going to get a lot of competition for him today in standard 12-team leagues, so you can probably afford to wait. But I am excited about Zebby Matthews' potential. I wrote an article at the end of May, 10 pitching prospects who've improved their stock the most. Spencer Schwellenbach was on it, and so was Zebby Matthews. And I bring up Schwellenbach its name intentionally because you mentioned the low walk total for Zebby Matthews, which is the most eye-popping stat. 70% strike rate, which is similar to Spencer Schwellenbach. And you look at the arsenal of pitches for Zebby Matthews, he's got like 5 that he throws a decent amount. So the whole profile is pretty similar to Schwellenbach, and hopefully he can have the same amount of success.
All right, for more extensive fantasy baseball coverage, listen to the Fantasy Baseball Today podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the Odyssey app, or anywhere else podcasts are found. Thanks for listening to Fantasy Baseball Today in 5, and we will be back again tomorrow. Bye-bye.